I've never been on mic before.
So Everett, who'd you talk to? What'd you learn?
Well, the person I talked to is actually, it's pretty interesting. He's a recording engineer from based out of the south side of San Antonio. And what a recording engineer does is actually when you record an album in the studio, there are two people in there. There's the producer, normally, and the recording engineer. They're the people that control all the levels. It's why everything sounds pleasant to the ear whenever you record. It doesn't sound all harsh and bombastic, you know, it hurts your ears. He's based out of the south side in a studio called Real Track Studio, and I was like, the south side's a weird place to have a studio, you know?
Never been.
Actually, when I went there, it looked kind of dilapidated. Like it was stuck between a furniture store and like a broken down house, and I was like, am I at the right place here? But yeah, once I walked in, the place kind of opened up, and it was top-notch quality, everything. Actually, Selena recorded some stuff in there, back right before she died. He showed me some videos of like actually the room. I walked in the room and everything, and he had some old mics of hers and stuff, and I was like, whoa, I was floored. Anyway, Ernie Gonzalez. His name's Ernie Gonzalez. I met him through I was networking at this event through one of my other classes for the Latin Grammys, and I met him. He's like, yeah, come over. It was real crazy. What I learned, he basically told me like what it takes to get your foot in the door in like the music industry and all that stuff like that, you know. A lot of networking, a lot of, you know, oh, I know this guy, oh, he knows this guy, you should come call this guy, you know. A lot of calling who you know, friends type thing, you know.
But you gotta have the skills.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the skills, but also you gotta be able to talk to people on the other end, you know. It's like 50-50. You gotta have something to bring to the table, but you also gotta be able to, you know, contact people. That's mainly what we talked about. We talked about his experience. Like, he's worked with a lot of people. He's worked with everybody from Ludacris to Bass Nectar, Poison, Bret Michaels, a lot of Tejano artists, obviously, because this is San Antonio. And one of the most important ones he met was George Strait. He actually, I know, I was freaking out. I was like, whoa. He had like a plaque of a live album that he did with him, all autographed and up there, and I was freaking out. I was like, whoa, this guy's about his stuff. But anyway, he let me work on his soundboard on a couple tracks that he had recorded already, and let me, you know, mess around with them. So it was pretty interesting.
What skills do you need?
What skills do you need? Well, first off, you have to have a really good ear. You got to be able to hear things in a different way. You got to be able to tweak things. Musicality, yes. Yeah, you got to have a musical background too. You can't go in there with no musical taste or background at all. Otherwise, you're just gonna sink immediately. Luckily, I did, because he actually hooked me up to his soundboard and recorded me playing some like bass on his stuff. So I was like, oh god, I was freaking out too. They recorded it, put it on like a little CD, and gave it to me also. I was like, all right.
Does he offer internships?
Well, he's like a really small one, so not really. But he said there are a lot of them out there. That's what I asked him towards the end. But yeah, he invited me back, which is cool. You know, I wasn't expecting that. Since I was really interested, he asked me a bunch of stuff and just told me to come on back. So yeah, it was pretty good. So.
So you see yourself doing that long term?
Yes. He said you got to have a commitment. You got to be ready to do it just at all times, and you can't be afraid to fail at it. So another thing he told me. So.
What about equipment?
Equipment? Oh, wow, this is where it gets really technical. He had top quality speakers, monitors. Everything now in the music industry is mainly done digitally. So a lot of the equipment he had, like Pro Tools, which is like a recording software, you know, mainly all done on the computer. Some older people like to record stuff the old way, like they did with cassettes, called analog. But yeah, mainly digital stuff. So if you have a computer, basically, you can.
So that's my question. Could you do kind of copy what he did or replicate what he does on a smaller scale in your own home, just to kind of teach yourself?
A lot of people do that nowadays. It's called DIY, do it yourself. And they were recording an album in my bedroom last night, you know. That's mainly how people do it these days.
And then how do you get it out? How does he do his marketing?
His marketing?
Yeah.
Mainly, you know, he's, like I said, he worked with those people. It's mainly through networking. It's through the...
So maybe he doesn't, he just produces it, but then it's their job to get it sold. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Get the
Yeah, exactly. He's not on marketing. He's on the actual like developing end of the product. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really interesting.
You have 45 seconds. What do you want to wrap up
45
with?
seconds. Yeah, it's like I said, the music industry is kind of, you know, it's a thrive or die type situation. You know, if you're not willing to put all your time and effort into it and sacrifice a lot of stuff, a lot of time, a lot of sleep, a lot of money, especially money. A lot of people out there are broke doing this, but they keep doing it because it's what you know. You gotta love what you do. So yeah, his name's Ernie Gonzalez, Real Check Studio on the south side off Pleasanton Road. So that's pretty much
a great
it.
experience.
Yes, it was awesome.
Good. Okay. Yay.
Done.